I printed that for you, by the way.
Oh, did you?
It's sitting on the
Oh.
I don't know about necessarily calling it messed up. Well, if you want to call it a messed up, then I'll say we learned a lot.
All right. 3, 2.
Howdy, everybody.
Yo,
What's up?
we're back.
We are back. Believe it?
Yes, because it's been 2 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
Sorry, everyone. October
2 months.
13th
2
was a while back,
Yeah.
and there has been a lot of stuff that's happened since then.
A lot of stuff. I was going through the blog to see what all had happened, and I had to scroll through a few pages, so
Yeah, you
that'll
did.
tell you something.
Yes, it will. And while we try and put as much stuff out on the blog as we can, sometimes we just make social posts or we send things out in different ways. But all the big news usually comes through the blog.
Yeah.
That's how it's always been.
We don't want to, bore you per se with unimportant things that can be put through social or put through a message in the app that don't necessarily need a full blog post. And
Smaller things. And if we want to give you prizes, we don't need to make a blog post about that.
It's true.
Some of you may not be on all the social media, but that's okay. Everyone seems to share information as they can. So let's jump into it. How about it?
Yeah.
We did a charity fundraiser that was pretty exciting, and we raised quite a bit of money for diabetes.
Yeah.
And as part of that, we had bouncing specials that everyone seemed to enjoy. I got a couple.
Yeah, I did too. We, again, may have put out if you notice when things come out, if they get capped around here pretty quickly, you can guess why. We may put a few magnets out when something new is released.
Yeah.
It's all to help you so we can bounce them somewhere else.
That's what it's all about. It's not about us getting badges.
No.
It's not about the points. It's really not.
No, it's not.
But it is about, I like badges. I like icons.
That's fun.
And we want to move them on to all of you.
Exactly.
So, good job, Matt. Speaking of moving stuff on, we've had Alternamyths.
Oh, yeah.
And lots of them. And those Alternamyths are owned by MHQ staff. So we've enjoyed those. And everybody on the staff, well, I can't say everybody because some people have no idea.
It's probably true.
But those of us who care have really enjoyed that, and it's been a lot of fun. So we had the Gnome Leprechaun that came out, and the Ice Dragon, and most recently, we had the Sasquatch. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the good
Very
part.
recently.
I know. We had the Sasquatch that joined us. I'm excited to see those things bounce around. There are a couple of staff members that monitor it heavily, and they do some fun things with the people that cap them. I notice every now and then, sometimes not so much. Do you do anything for the people who cap yours?
I've got some stuff in store.
Oh.
I was waiting for this last one to come out.
Really?
Oh.
Wow.
See?
Listen to that. So if I were you, I would look for
number 4.
Number 2 and number 4
Yep.
are the two people that I know specifically that do things. If you cap number 1, you get a big congratulations and a virtual high five. And so just give yourself a high five whenever you cap it. And I will tell you that every now and then I see them and I send a message or I throw something at people.
Yeah.
In their accounts. So that's good.
Again, it's not about us. It's about, getting them around the world. And because there are a very much limited number of them compared to any of the other myths or anything like that, they are a little bit more special. So
yeah, it's true.
You never know. You might be trying to pull a Cyclops and you end up with a rainbow unicorn or a Sasquatch.
Right, exactly. At this point, we've got less than 30. That's the best way to say how many of them there are out there,
Less
out and
than
about,
30 of each.
bouncing around in the world. And we have fun with those. So, we threw out some new myth collector badges. We added the Cyclops myth. We've done quite a few of those kinds of things. We're trying to give you more reasons to play, more badges, more things to earn. All of that stuff has happened since October 13th. We've also had some changes in the prices for the online store.
Yep.
Some of you may notice pricing changes for the resellers. There's been a lot of changes there because what we want to do is we want to pass on savings that we have had from our producers.
Yeah.
So, the production that we do for stickers and everything else, we've been working with them for this is going to be 5 years.
Yeah.
January I ran into our sticker producer. I started that at the end of January in 2013. So we are at almost 5 years with them, and we've created quite a few stickers with them. So,
just a few.
Yeah. So you went and talked with them. You've kind of worked a better deal for us from working with them for so long, and we're passing those savings along to resellers and to the players. So,
yeah, I mean, when I started working with them and doing some of the sticker stuff, we had quite a few long conversations about how everything worked, how we wanted to get everything done, making the most out of what we have and what we can do, and we've tried a whole bunch of different types of things. A lot that you haven't even seen that start as tests and different things like that, and they've been great. We have been great to them as well, and it's kind of shown through working with them. And so being able to, like you said, pass that on down to the players, to the resellers, and kind of make it more accessible to everybody.
Yeah, it's we want there to be high quality stickers out there. We want people to be able to visit a location and know that it's going to be there. The stickers that we created 5 years ago are still around unless people peel them off. I've got one on the back of a car that's been full sunlight for all that time. So I've got them in a couple of testing places nearby, like around my house and that kind of thing. So,
well, it's funny. I've seen a few people recently post pictures of really old Munzees that they laminated themselves, and some of those are still there. And then stickers that we sold are still there, but stickers that kind of some people created or tried their own thing on may not be as much. Yeah. And it's kind of weird how sometimes things like that work out, because even looking at a package or saying, oh yeah, this should last years in all sorts of conditions, doesn't necessarily happen. And we haven't been let down yet by these guys.
We got good people. So check out the store, check out our resellers, and those links are available on our website. So check us out. We've had Christmas stuff going on. We had the Christmas events. They've run for the entire month of December, and they continue on. So if you have a chance, check out the calendar. Louise has put on a lot of events. She's been very busy, and will continue to be hosts. Be patient, and know that things always get taken care of there. Yeah, and if you have attended an event or have been a dodgy jumper competition winner, check out the blog for that gallery. That was updated yesterday, so day before yesterday. Yeah. There's some really interesting ones. So it's always a fun time to look at. You can look at the old ones too. They're always good times. I see them every now and then. So there are some very entertaining things out there for people. We had a Christmas special, and the Christmas special took into account the fact that Christmas is a different season down under a little bit than it is up here. Up here it's nice and chilly. For the northern hemisphere, most of it. Yeah, we're a little on the edge. Yeah, especially those over in Sandaland and Finland and some of those countries up near the Arctic Circle. Very cold, so we have the snowflake for that one, and a badge that corresponds with that. And then we have the sunshine for those people who are in Florida, for those people who are in New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, and even the southern part of Texas, depending on the day. That was weird. My parents live in South Texas, and they got snow already this year for the first time in 13 years. Yeah, and we have barely gotten freezing. Right. Yeah, it's been a very interesting year as far as temperatures go. So it was good to think about things and have a couple of different types of specials. So be sure to get those before the end of the year, because there are 3 badges: one for the snowflake, one for the sun, and a combo badge for getting snow and sun. Yeah, that's one I haven't gotten yet. I did put some magnets out, and we had some players show up, so I let them get them instead. You're very nice. And then Robbie went out and stole some of them too. So. I got the sunshine. I need the snowflake. So I'll be battling with you before the end of the week. We also had something big that's happened since October 13th, and it actually happened on October 18th. We had a merger with Freeze Tag, and so Freeze Tag Inc. Is the surviving company name of what we have formed with the freeze tag guys, and so they have an office based in Tustin, California, which is in Southern California. So if you haven't checked it out on the map, you should. And if you're ever out there in that area, go by and cap the Munzees that are there. I have a feeling that area will grow soon.
Yeah. I think they've already noticed that it may have.
Mm-hmm. They are pretty busy. There are a few people there in their office that are very excited about having all tournaments and getting out there and playing and all that.
Yeah.
So feel free to interact with those guys. We've really formed a good partnership with them so far. We've actually worked with them for just over a year in using some Munzee locations for Garfield Go, and so as we worked through that process, then we started to realize that that there was, we being me, because I did most of the work with them, but that there were some strengths that they had that we could really benefit from, and they figured out that there were some strengths that we have that they could benefit from. So we started talking about just kind of basically working together, and then it being more than just working together. So we've all been together in this building. The most recent time was MHQ Bash. We had a good time. We brought every employee from all around the world that is a member of Freeze Tag Inc. And we hadn't merged officially at that point in time, but we knew that it was on the way. So we had a good time, I would say. And it tied in with this year's theme, the 2017 theme of All In.
Yeah, and so because Munzee was not only the game but the actual company, we had kind of an overall company theme of All In. And so we did, the casino themed MHQ Bash, and everything kind of fell into that. We were trying to figure out how as a company, how as employees, as players even, we come all in and do the best we can to grow the game, grow the map, expect the unexpected, just bring all of it together.
Expect the unexpected. Speaking of that, I just thought of
Oh, boy.
something that is all in, and figure, hey, what better time to show that than right now?
Oh,
so
boy.
I took a trip to Vegas.
God.
Remember that? And and
we
I
could
came
put this
home with
screen above us.
I came home with a souvenir, so there it is. And so Dylan will make sure that you can see that. So there it is on my heel, and it does say All In. It's a poker chip with the M, so that Matt is not the only staff member with a Munzee tattoo. So sorry.
Oh boy.
I know. I had to say it. Sorry, Mom. By the way.
Yeah, what if people didn't know I had one? You just blew that one away out there.
Yours is on your calf. It shows all the time.
Yeah.
And
we're back.
We're back.
So there were a lot of ways that we, as we have come to a close this year, thought about where did we do well with that? Where did we maybe falter a little bit? MHQ Bash I think was definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Along with the merger, bringing literally all in and doing everything we could to make this company bigger and better. And, I think both things have been a great thing. There are things on the back end, server side that have been changed, have been updated to make things run faster, not only on the Munzee side, but on WallaBee and Eventzee and things like that. But also, we also have to look forward. And not everything we've done this year has been the best, or turned out the best, or how we thought it was going to.
We could call it a flop, possibly.
A flop?
Yeah. Some of them,
maybe.
Sorta.
But the important thing is we learned them.
Oh, yes.
We learned things from them.
Learning opportunities.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
mean flop. I didn't mean failure. I didn't mean missteps or any of those kinds of words. Those things, no, that doesn't make any sense. But there have been learning opportunities. And you know who helps us learn? The players.
Oh,
because they
100%.
definitely let us know when things could have been done in a different way. And we try to listen. We really do. So one of those I could take the credit for, because there were a couple of people who were in charge of the Munzee pack early on.
There were
this year, and they did a pretty good job of making sure that people were satisfied, people were really happy. A lot of people subscribing to the Munzee Pack, which is a monthly program. If you don't know about it, check it out at this link. Just kidding. There won't be that link. It'll be on that side. So we'll have a we kind of had someone, me, take over a portion of the year and just kind of like squash everything. Oops, sorry about that. But the good news is that we came back from that. We heard from everyone.
Yeah.
And so October, November, December, we have revamped that program again. So this year we've gone through 3 changes in the Munzee Pack program. That was good. We had high expectations for something else. I personally had high expectations for like, oh, everyone's going to love this other thing.
They did not turn out that way.
Well, there
may have been a few
group of people who love Zeops. And I think that it went well, but there are ways that we could have done it that would have made it better.
Expectations.
Right. We could do a poll right now and ask the people who participated or the people who did not participate. Was there a theme? And I bet you that there would be, the answers wouldn't be quite what we think.
Dylan would be crushed.
He would, because Dylan put a lot of time into it. And he made some really cool things. And a lot of people may have missed that. So go back and look. There are themes. And there's a whole storyline. It was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking back, that's what we had.
Yeah.
And then looking back, there's something that we have stacked up over in the product
There are.
stacks and stacks of coins. And we launched that program back in January.
Well, so we actually launched it last year.
Oh, that's true.
We launched the first one at MHQ
MHQ
Bash. It was interesting, but we still didn't quite know where we were going with it. We kind of did a relaunch, so to speak, in January.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there were things that, need to be tweaked. And so, again, we didn't quite meet expectations, both from player and our perspective.
Right.
And so, there's taking the things that we've learned from there that we have picked apart multiple times. Where do we want to go with X, Y, and Z? How do we get there? And we've got a lot of information. We've got a lot of ideas.
Right.
And so that kind of brings us to this year.
Ooh.
Well, next
This year.
This
year.
Almost
as
this year.
in 2018.
2018.
This upcoming year.
Because we have now more apps
Yes.
than we did previously.
Yes, we do.
We have different types of apps. But they're all, broadly speaking, geolocation based.
Right.
Fun games that people can play. But this year, each app is going to have their own theme.
Oh, yes. And we've always kind of focused on 3 of them, mainly because they've been the ones that we've created.
Yeah.
Munzee being the flagship. Munzee will continue on being the flagship of Freeze Tag Inc. So our moving forward company, Munzee, is the main focus. This is the Munzee Podcast. So we talk mostly about that, and it gets the majority of the focus as far as company-wide resources and everything else. But we've got 2 others.
Yep.
We've got Eventzee and WallaBee that we have also shared a lot about on this podcast.
Yeah.
And so they're sort of the rest of what was Munzee Inc. and now Freeze Tag Inc.
Yeah, and not to say that they don't get attention per se, but it's, Munzee has more players.
Yeah.
It's a
guys.
a bigger group. Yeah. And so we'll give you the Munzee theme in a second, but we're going to give you a chance to hear from Dylan with Eventzee and Robbie with WallaBee.
Dylan gets to talk?
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
He doesn't know what he's going to talk about yet, I don't think. I don't know.
Well,
we'll see. Dylan?
How about, let's throw it to them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Dylan with Eventzee reporting from outside MHQ. Despite a year of being short-staffed and fighting for development time, I'm happy to say that we have weathered the storm and are in desperate need of a transition. In 2017, Eventzee stayed the course and maintained our client base, all while adding efficiency behind the scenes. In 2018, though, our focus and theme of the year is transitions. We plan on maintaining our core gameplay values, but also expanding our focuses into new markets and revenue sources. The first step in this process was the development and release of our new app, Z-Tours, a zany walking tour adventure. Z-Tours takes you on an adventure in the real world using similar gameplay mechanics as Eventzee. While Eventzee has always been focused on event-based scavenger hunts, Z-Tours gives us the opportunity to reach new communities via an updated platform. The development of Z-Tours has also given us the opportunity to develop Eventzee in the near future. So as we begin transitioning to this new platform, we want to thank all of our players and clients for their patience and support for nearly 3 years. We've got new and exciting things on the horizon, and we're ready for this transition. Back to you, Matt and Rob.
Well, Dylan, thanks for sharing that with us.
I'm amazed.
Well, I mean, seriously though, we all kind of work on our respective things, and so
try and keep Matt out of Dylan's business.
Hey.
Oh no, that's not right. It's just that Dylan runs Eventzee very well, and we have to say Dylan and Wiley,
yes,
because while Dylan runs it, Wiley really runs it behind the scenes.
But so we really don't, we kind of let our product managers, I guess you could say, run their thing, and so.
Product managers is a word that has come in from Freeze Tag.
It has.
Right? I mean, we never really called ourselves anything. We just ran the game.
Except CZO over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Had to take a title.
That's right.
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how Dylan takes that and how Robbie takes his future step forward. So
oh yeah, there is Robbie. Let's let him talk about WallaBee.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Robin McGuire reporting live from the Hive. I'm sorry? Take it off, but the bees will sting me. Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. This is Robin McGuire reporting live from the Hive. We're about to announce WallaBee's 2018 theme for the year, which is breaking barriers. Barriers are things that can hold us back or even give us a little bit of comfort, but pushing through those are what allow us to really grow. And that's going to be one of our standing points for 2018. In 2017, we released version 2 of WallaBee, which gave us a lot of helpful insight as to how the community is going to react to us doing new things moving forward, which will exactly be implemented in 2018. We really want to focus on the community and the app and the gameplay, kind of the trifecta there of what makes WallaBee WallaBee. Of course, finally, I do want to thank the players for sticking with us and playing WallaBee. We couldn't do what we're doing without you guys. We really appreciate you. Love you. Forage on. Back to you guys.
All right. Well, that was some breaking news. Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think?
The puns. The puns.
What can I say? Hey, he goes with alliteration. I go with the pun as we come back in.
True.
Thanks, Robbie.
It's true.
You're the man to help break down those barriers.
Yeah, there you go. I think, again, interesting things from different perspectives and different types of apps and how they run.
I got to tell you, Robbie has January is going to be 2 years that he's been with us. So as of right now, when you're seeing this video cast, I mean, he came in 2 years ago and he worked with us. Came in from California and worked with us like the week before Christmas. Went back home, packed up, drove himself and his wife out here, and so January's 2 years. So congratulations on that, Robbie.
Yeah, I actually saw the pictures from that meeting the other day on Time Hop, and so it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since then. But so many things have changed, both company wide, app wide. There's so much going on. So
you know what, Matt? That was really good because there are some things that we talked about 2 years ago in that meeting, that planning meeting, and there are some things that we talked about 1 year ago in our planning meetings, and there are some things that we talked about 6 months ago in our planning meetings that have not happened, and there are some things that we have learned along the way that we need to go back, we need to look at, we need to try and revamp and smooth some things and just figure out how can we make the entire game better.
Well, we should clarify by saying it's not that they just haven't happened. There have been reasons.
Oh yeah.
Whether that be
the list is too long for the reasons. That's the problem. The list is very long. So it's always been for a purpose.
Yes.
There's always been a purpose behind what we've done, and we've tried to focus on what was the biggest, what was the best, what was going to be possible with the time and the resources and everything else that we had available.
Yeah.
We now have more resources available for Munzee than we've ever had before.
Yep.
And I'm really excited to be able to tell everyone what the theme for this year is.
You know, then go ahead and tell them what it is, Rob.
You know when? The time is now. And that's what the theme is going to be. The time is now. We've waited 2 years. We've waited 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
telling you stuff for 3.5.
Thinking on ideas for more than 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
5.5 years worth of working for Munzee and coming up with ideas and just being like, oh, man, my hands are tied. I can't quite do it. Well, the time is now. So the things that we've been telling you, and I shouldn't say the things because that makes it sound like everything that you and I have ever said to a player is like, we're doing it. It's not quite like that, but the suggestions that you've sent in, there's a lot of those that we've stored up. There's things that we have talked about internally that we've wanted to do for so long.
Oh, yeah.
There are some things that are simple and some things that are obvious and some things that are going to take a little bit of time. Like, for example, a new app. How long have we had the current app?
It's been over 2 years. You and I were touting it when we went on our my road trip and your European trip.
That was 1.5 years ago.
It's been more than that.
Oh, wow. 2.5.
Yeah,
2?
Yeah, 2.5.
right.
Because it was right before the app was released, and we were kind of, oh yeah, you can do this in 3.0, and it wasn't a finished version. We were showing it off.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, see, you don't remember stuff.
I don't.
And so, we launched 3.0. We've obviously had updates and changes since then, but
not big enough.
No, well, yeah, not big enough. It's still the 3.0 app. And again, not because we haven't wanted updated, not that we don't, because we don't have ideas, but resources and time has always been kind of our main constraints.
Yep.
And so, WallaBee got its 2.0 update this year.
Yes, it did.
Which was a much needed update, not only because it needed to be updated, but it also brought in Android users.
Right.
We've done a lot of things more recently, but the time is now.
The time, sir, is now.
Give us a couple weeks.
We're not
going to
launch We're not going to launch a new app in like 3 months or 3 weeks or 3 days or any of that kind of stuff. It's going to take us a little while, but we are going to start that process.
Because you don't want us to push an app out in 3 days.
No, you don't.
Or 3 weeks.
That means I designed it, and you don't like that. It's a bad idea.
We want it to be something different, something that makes sense, something that it is an upgrade and not just a change for the want of change. So there's a lot of things, but there's also a lot of other aspects to the game than just the app.
Correct, because for a while now we've asked you to survive. We've asked you to survive Clan Wars, right? So I wore that shirt today.
Oh, look at you!
Look at that. I like doing themed things, as you know. So
we forgot to get your hat here in time. This is the time is now.
It's true. Oh man, I need one. Oh, or an opposite that has clocks on it. Let's get that. Clan Wars. We have not made major changes to Clan Wars ever. No, it's been a long time. We've had a long time of Clan Wars.
Yeah.
And it's time for us to go back, and we're not going to make like the biggest changes in the world immediately, but we are going to go back. We're going to talk about those things. Hey, Daniel Fisher, whoops, surprise, we're going to be doing some stuff to Clan Wars. And he knows. We've actually asked him for probably 6 months to do some different things, and because of resources, and time is the biggest resource, it just hasn't worked out. So we got Clan War stuff coming at you.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that Dylan cares most about because he's done so much for it, and everyone's just kind of been like, thanks a lot. Except us, because we love it. C-Ops.
Yeah. I mean, we've heard a lot of things. We talked about it for 1.5 years before we launched it this March.
Yeah.
We launched it.
Oh, that's so sad.
We launched it. Things were happening, and then again we get feedback, we get ideas, and that may have been another thing that Rob came in and crushed. I don't know.
I did. Probably.
Good. He just
Pretty sure.
accepted it.
Yeah. Z-Cred.
Well,
Z-Cred and things to do with it.
there's a lot of moving pieces.
We could talk about this stuff for so long, but unfortunately, we're going to run out of time. We don't want people to sit here and watch us for a full hour.
That's true. But changes are coming. Again, we're not necessarily next week, not necessarily next month, but there are things that need to be addressed.
Yep, there are.
But from a technical standpoint and from a player standpoint.
Right.
And we know that we've all done them. I was the first person to test a 14 days op, and I know how tough it can be.
Oh, it was painful for you. I just watched.
Yeah, he did the 3-day one. I did the 14-day one.
Successfully, I must say.
Hey, I did mine successfully too.
I know you did.
Thank you very much.
Some of the stickers are even still there. That's good.
It's true.
There was one that disappeared across the street. Anyway.
It happens.
3.5 years ago, we launched a special little piece in the game. And when we launched I remember talking about, oh, yeah, we're going to do some updates and we're going to do some cool stuff with it. And we're going to put this out right now. And, oh, I can't wait for you to see the things we're going to do. And then I just left Rover. Just let him sit there.
You abandoned him.
I know, seriously. You know why? It's because he's a robotic dog. And so I just kind of let him sit around. Now, good news is that he hasn't rusted out.
Is that what you do to your Tamagotchis too? You just let them die out?
Yeah. 5 players have rovers that have traveled more than 1 million miles.
Yeah.
5 players. I only know that because Griff Halliwell just
has a good link for you.
I love it.
Shout out, Griff.
Griff, you're the best. And his easnum.co.uk, which is Munzee backwards. But he tracks all kinds of stuff. And so he was proud to say that he was the 5th person. Now, I don't know who the other 4 are. I could probably take a guess. But Rover is a fun game within the game. So if you've never messed with a Rover, get ready because we're going to have a Rover haul, dad joke, type, attitude there. We're going to take Rover. We're going to overhaul the program. And we are going to come up with some other fun ways for you to deal with Rover, to interact with him, to unleash him, to fetch him, all the things that we have. It really is a cool component to the game, but who knows about it? Yep. No new players know. Everyone's got a little bit of confusion. So a lot of that is going to tie in from the very beginning there. The new app. Some new things on the website, some new clan wars, some Z-Ops, some stuff that we are not talking about right now.
Yep.
Because there's just too much going on. That's the main 3 that we've got that we've always talked about on this podcast. We've got other apps on the freeze tag side that freeze tag brought in, and a collaboration that we've done on a recent app called Z Tours. It is tied to specific locations, and we're not going to take time to talk about it right now, but it is out there, and excited about it. But Munzee, 2018, the time is now. Me and Matt, are telling you now that you're going to see the fruits of your labor. You've built the map, you've built the game. We've had over 7 million deploys, which we haven't officially celebrated on a blog or anything. We haven't forgotten, so don't worry about that. It's a year-ending type celebration because we've done some major things in 2017. But 2018, we're taking a big step forward. We're going to have a big push, and we're going to see a lot of new things happening with Munzee.
Yeah, and some of them may be smaller, minor things that you may not notice, but maybe we'll appreciate more. And some of them will be a big thing. It's just obviously we'll announce new things as they happen, but it's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be a good year.
Yeah.
And we want to, step up to the plate as a team, as a company, and, bring you the best apps and services and experiences that we can.
Right. We're not going to bring you everything that you want because that's not possible because there's too many of you. But we are going to bring you everything that we can that makes sense to continue to move the game of Munzee forward as it's intended to be moved forward.
Yeah.
So physical game, virtual game, all of it. It's all very important, and we're going to have a nice focus on it. So I'm excited. Matt's excited.
I'm excited.
Dylan and Robbie, they both shared their pieces, and they're excited. Beyond that, the entire Freeze Tag Inc. company and team is excited. We are, we're excited for everything that's happening, and it's gonna be. It has been. Let's just start there. It's been an amazing 6 years, and the 2018 year is going to be the one where things really accelerate, and I'm pretty sure I've said that before.
Lucky number 7.
Right. This is the year. The time is now. We're going to make it.
Yeah.
We're going to make this happen. So stay tuned. Stick with us. Thank you for playing. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for growing the map. We could spend an hour saying thank you for all the things, but we appreciate you.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Have a good end of your year. We intend to do the same.
Yep.
Get your Christmas specials while you can.
Yep.
Be on the lookout for something early January, probably. And
I like it.
We're ready.
Kick
Are
the
you?
New year off. Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So, like Matt said, Merry Christmas. Munzee on. See you in 2018.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.